Hi there, I'm Alice and welcome to Study Diaries. In today's little audio, we are going to be talking about mermaids, right? Are they real? Are they not? So, first and foremost, we're going to start off with my opinion. Alright, so when I was a kid, right, I found out about mermaids due to watching Aquamarine, right? There was this blonde girlie there Sarah Paxton. I used to love her as a kid. She was always a cute pretty one in there, was half fish half human, right? And so I had like a very close aversion to like mermaids, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to be one because I would be so beautiful and I would be like swimming like in the ocean and all that jazz, right? It seemed fun. And then boom bada bang, my mom was like, those things are evil, those things are bad. When they come with destruction, right? They are not good entities. So ever since then, I started having like a mermophobia, and because I had that painted picture that they were evil, I was like, oh my gosh, like these things like are real, and if they're real and they're evil, then I'm scared, right, of them. So I was so scared of bathing ever since, because before I used to hope that my legs would like turn into a tail or something like that. So I started being scared like of bathing. I was so scared. Like I stopped being scared of like demons and ghosts, and that was the only thing. If you wanted to flash me and make me scared of anything, it was only mermaids. Okay, so the more I grew up, I started actually questioning like if they were real or not. Like you'll see like in many like African cultures, mermaids have like an aversion to them whereby they're associated like with witchcraft, and if anyone goes there, like it's like bad stuff all the time. The mermaid takes them down somewhere, and at times they don't even escape, right? These people go down into the marine kingdom, like which is like deep in the water, and that's why like most, like if you look at like Haiti, you listen to Haitians, Nigerians, and all of those people, they always talk about the experiences they have with mermaids and stuff like that, and how they reward people for, you know, doing favors for them, and etc, etc. So yeah, so at some point I thought like mermaids weren't real and they were just like mythological creatures. Even though like I would go online, I would watch this one guy called mythology and etc, and he would say how like they have like you know, they're from Greek mythology. There's different like sirens and stuff, and even Poseidon. Was Poseidon a mermaid? No, Poseidon's not a mermaid. He's just like the god of the under the sea, right, and stuff. He would talk about literally that monster exists even like in the Bible. Who is he? Leviathan as well. So I thought, okay, initially I thought that, we as human beings, we combine two things, right? If there's something that doesn't necessarily exist. So half human, they thought of a human being, and they thought of like a fish and how it would look like, right? Like the half donkey, half person. And I thought that, right, for a while, until I got the affirmations like of like people from Haiti, and they're like, no, this stuff is real. The marine kingdom is real. Those entities, they exist down there. There's a half fish, half human being. Nothing is by coincidence, right? We have so many like documents of people saying that they've like seen them, and not only that, but historical like evidence where there were paintings made of these creatures, right? Sirens, things that used to lure people into the ocean. And one thing I saw, right, is that it was something that was worldwide. And remember, at some point, like we never had like communication with each other. The world wasn't so integrated as it is now. At some point, the world, like everyone was so disconnected from each other, yet every culture saw the same thing. Whether you were African, Asian, or European, they all saw these things. And that's when it occurred that, hey, these things are actually real, right? Because who made them up? They are a combination of like multiple people from different parts of the world seeing the same thing. It's like we as human beings, right? We all have that thing of like crawling up the stairs and like walking down the stairs, or like doing like weird, goofy things, right? Us doing that without even knowing each other relays that we're all the same. We just look different. We're all human beings. We just look different. Dogs don't do that. Cats don't do what we do. Leopards don't do that. All leopards across the world do the same thing. All elephants do the same thing. All humans do the same thing. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, they might actually be real. So the origin of these mermaids, right? Because where do they come from? Like, how did they come about? So according to the Book of Enoch, I think, when the Watchers mated with the women on Earth, they taught them like occultic, etc., which is relayed in the previous video, right? On, what did I say? What's that video that I posted? What's that video? Where do tarot cards originate from? I relayed like in that video that the Watchers like mated with them, and then they taught them about tarot cards and all of those things. So while teaching them that knowledge, right, they mated with these human women, and they ended up producing giants, these huge entities that had evil just piercing through their veins, and they used to cause so much destruction and used to like kill people and etc. So these women apparently were thrown into the sea, and they basically became half human, half fish. I remember there was a chapter that I read. Okay, but basically that's what happened. Let me find it. The human women who went astray by associating with the fallen angels, Watchers, were cursed to become sirens or water spirits. Rather than enchanting figures, they are depicted as divine punishments, spirits of lust, and lead men astray. This is 1 Enoch 19:2. So they didn't come out of nowhere. That's their origin of these entities, right? They were all human women who decided to fall astray. So they were, yeah. So the transformation, the text suggests these sirens are the wives of the angels who committed the transgression mentioned in Genesis 6, transformed into supernatural beings. The purpose. The angel Uriel explains to Enoch that these transformed women are left to wander, acting as agents of seduction until the final judgment. Context in lore. While often translated as sirens, interpretations link them to mythical water creatures, mermaids that tempt humanity. 1 Enoch often details monstrous offsprings, and in some versions refer to other bizarre mythological creatures. So these women basically, they birthed out giants that used to like cause destruction and etc. No one actually used to question where that giant that David fought like came from and stuff, and why he actually did that. All of these stories are so interesting. Jack and the Beanstalk. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Giants loved eating human people because they were offsprings of evilness and stuff. So yeah, are mermaids real? Yes. Where do they come from? They are the human women who went astray by associating with the fallen angels. So that's why I also say with Greek mythology, all of these things, they come from somewhere. They weren't just, a thought that came to mind, like to someone. They came from something. Someone saw something, and maybe then they started creating this humongous story. But they saw something. Human beings are people who take inspiration from what is there, and then they create. After that, they curate, from my perspective, right? We don't take out of nothing. We take out of something and then we create with it. Even food, we can't make food out of nothing. We use the natural ingredients given by the earth to make food. We can't make things out of thin air in the physical. So yeah, that is where they come from. And are they real? Yes. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.